Morning students. Today's topic is silk and how we can obtain silk fiber from silk moth. We'll learn about the silk. So what is silk? Silk is obtained from silkworms. The rearing of silkworms for obtaining silk is called the sericulture. Now the life history of silk moth. The female silk moth lays eggs which hatch into larvae called the caterpillars or the silkworms. The larva feeds on mulberry leaves and grow in size. Okay? Then it secretes fiber made of protein. Now there is two type of protein that is secreted by the larva. Okay? So they are known as the sericin and the fibroin. Alright. So what happens now? Then that protein when come contact to the air, it dried up and form a hard protective cover around the pupa. And for several days that pupa can live inside the cocoon. Okay, so the first stage is known as the larva stage. Second stage is known as the pupa stage. And in this stage, they form the cocoon. And from that cocoon, we can extract the silk fiber. Okay, that is the silk yarn or thread is obtained from the cocoon of the silk moth. The most common silk moth is the mulberry silk moth. Look at this picture. This one is the male because it is smaller in size and female is always bigger in size. And this is the life history of the silk moth. First of all, there will be egg, then the larva stage, that is the caterpillar, then the second stage, that is the pupa, which form the cocoon around it, then the adult silk moth. So there are 4 stages. Cycle of silkworm. There are 4 stages in the life cycle of silk moth. They are eggs, larva, pupa and adult. Female silk moth first of all lays egg. After about 14 days, eggs are hatched into larva and they are called the caterpillars. They grow into pupa and they start secreting a fiber made of protein and weaves the fiber around itself completely. And that covering is really hard. That covering is known as cocoon. Now the pupa live in the cocoon for some time and that time is their fasting period. Alright. So after coming out of cocoons, they grow into the silk moth. Now the processing of silk. The process of obtaining silk from silk moth involves these following steps. They are rearing of silkworms, reeling and dyeing. This is followed by spinning and weaving. So processing of silk moth. These are the picture of how the silk is processed. Next one is the rearing of silkworms. The female silk moth lays eggs. Eggs are stored over a clean cloth or paper strips. The eggs are warmed to a suitable temperature. The eggs hatch into larvae called caterpillars or silk moths or silkworms. The silkworms are kept in bamboo trays and fed on mulberry leaves. And finally, when they grow in size, they actually stop eating. Alright. After 30 to 40 days, the silkworm stop eating and begins to spin the cocoons around them. Alright. And they also secrete the protein. The protein, what happened when they come contact with the air, they become hard. So the hard protective cover actually protect them. And inside the cocoon, the silkworm develops into the silk moth. Okay. During this time, they eat nothing. So, this is the fasting time for the silk moths. So, rearing of silkworms involve these following steps. Then the reeling of silk. The cocoons are collected and kept in sunlight or boiled or exposed to steam. The silk fibers separate out. The process of taking out silk thread from the cocoons is called the reeling process. Reeling is done by machines. So look at this. This is the reeling process. Next one is dyeing, spinning and weaving. So dyeing is the silk fibers are then dyed in different colors. Then spinning is the silk fibers are then spun into threads and woven into different types of silk clothes or silk fibers. This is the spinning process. So by spinning and weaving we can make silk clothes, we can make silk saris or silk gowns or silk shirt, anything we like. So silk is a costly fabric. Silk fibers is used for weaving clothes, especially traditional dresses in India like sari, kurta, shawls and other wedding clothes. Silk had always been prized for its luster and fine quality. The countries which produced silk on a large scale are China, the first rank, and the second rank holder is. This is all for today. Next day we will discuss this chapter's question answer. So what you have to do, go through this chapter thoroughly and read each and every topic carefully. Okay, thank you students.